We are live again. My voice is really quiet today. I'm sorry if you won't be able to hear me, but it is what it is. Because we're going back to the clown.
Here's a real high-class bout. You're up.
Just jumping straight back into it. Ow.
Good day.
John's here, actually. Oh my god. I can't believe you weren't here last time. Truly a betrayal of all time. The betrayal. So yeah, we're just doing this guy again because he's too hard and I couldn't beat him in one stream like I did to all the other ones. This phase is easy, like, no problem. You just have to do a hit list because you want to save HP for phase 3. But it really isn't a problem. You overslept till 12. I mean, that's fine. Sleeping till 12. I wish I could do that. I always just wake up at 7 and I have nothing to do. Oh no. I think I can only really sleep till 12 when I'm sick or something. Oh, god. That was close. Okay, yeah, so this is the phase that everyone hates. And why this boss will take a while. Because you literally can't hit him. You're playing TOTK. That's fine. I should probably not go for 2. I think that'll be a bit too greedy. Especially if he's like about to leave. Hey Samakanare, welcome. Still at it. Just jumped straight in. That's not enough time to get a hit in. Oh my god, tough pattern. Thanks for good luck. I mean, it won't really be good luck unless it's like an actually good attempt. And that won't happen for a while, but I'll take it nonetheless. If I was a bit more to the left, I could have hit him. Also, I found out you can hit the donkey on the right, but it's super precise. And it's like, I think it's like near TAS. Because I've gotten hits on him while he was on the right, but it was just like, I got 1 out of like 50 attempts. Whoops, I walked into that. Yep, back to this challenge. We already missed a stream, but that's fine. We're just gonna be doing Beppi. And I'll practice with hitboxes, but I'm not actually gonna turn them on during the attempt. So that's cheating. Also, welcome Crash. I keep forgetting to welcome people. You know, that's like the one thing I have to remember to do as a professional streamer. So yeah, you want to pause the game when you're about to jump on the roller coaster, because you want to see if you should wait out the attack from the yellow donkey, or if you can like go right before it does it. There it's also important, but it's easier to wait it out during the passengers, or while the passengers are there. Also, if anyone of you saw the Barely Alex stream yesterday, I couldn't make it there because stuff, and it was a bit late for me. It was at like 7 p.m. But I hear he's doing Grim Matchstick again, which is pretty fun. Hello, Blackjet, welcome. We're doing the clown in this challenge because I thought it would be fun, and because my viewers hate me and they decided to pick this one as the first boss. It was from a community poll from a while ago. Yeah, you need the roller coaster to be here while the donkey is on the left. You want there to be a roller coaster. And it's also a really precise jump. So it has to be green on the left, and there also has to be a roller coaster. So it's very, very, very precise. Which is why this fight is so hard. And why I'm literally practicing with hitboxes to make it a bit easier. Yeah, with Miss Chalice for the golden skin, I got that like when the DLC came out, but it's not that much of a challenge, really, because it's just you're using the most overpowered character just to beat the bosses once, so it's not that bad. But it is a cool skin. It's like the one filter that I actually use, because all the other ones are distracting. Now, streaming is not that bad once you get used to it. It's just that sometimes you just don't want to distract other people in your family, and you have to talk really quietly, and then it'll be hard to hear. So you just gotta be more comfortable and talk louder. I'm gonna go for one. Oh, that was too late. Whatever. 4 hits. Thanks for a good luck, Laser DJ. Oh, okay. I mean, I'll be fine if I take a couple damage boosts, but it's not really the best idea. I don't know why my whetstone didn't register there. I mean, I got a really good run at the end of last week's stream. I almost made it to the end, but that was with hitboxes. So. I was definitely also very consistent during practice. But as we know from the hitless P5 streams, what happens during practice isn't always it's gonna happen off stream. Let me try and... Yeah, see, it's really hard to hit him on the right, but it is an option if you're like hungry for damage. It's much more precise though. And the passengers are really annoying on the right.
A brawl is surely brewing. And begin.
Okay. I'll just do this without hitbox. They're probably distracting. Souped Up DLC. It's going pretty well. I S-ranked Mortimer. It didn't take too long. Now I'm working on Howling Aces, but Howling Ace is a really tough one. Like even the mod developer said it's the hardest fight, and I'm struggling to beat phase 1 right now. But I'd say things are still going along pretty well. I am refusing to use Chalice because I think it's too nerfed. The charm. Because like the double jump is pretty much useless. And without the extra HP, there's basically no point to using her. So I'm just doing Howling Aces as Cuphead. But there's not really that many good charms. Coffee is nerfed. Smoke Bomb is also nerfed. And like the only unnerfed, like buffed charm is Whetstone. Oh, come on. So I just ended up using Whetstone for it. It's not that good. But there's no real other option. Yeah. Or you could just like stream in the basement or something, but then you have bad Wi-Fi and the latency will die. That's the dilemma of streaming. Unless you're like Ludwig and people in your family don't care if you're streaming because you make billions of dollars. You're gonna have to find a way to not disturb your entire family when streaming. Oh, last phase is a nightmare for Mortimer Freeze. I spent like a while developing strats for that phase. I think in my actual S rank I got really lucky, but it's super bad because of the platforms and the moons. Whetstone can dodge most of the attacks. Like Whetstone is really good for the eyeball attack because you can just Whetstone inside of him. And then the snow cone attack is also pretty easily dodged because you can just like Whetstone over him and then dash when there's a safe spot. But the buckets are really bad. I think in my run I got scared because I forgot to count parries. I'm just gonna take the hit. I forgot to count parries because I didn't think I had enough, so I used my invincibility super and I failed to get any parries. So that was just like a massive blunder on my part. But I ended up getting 2 in phase 1 and then 1 in phase 2. So the invincibility super was just like, it didn't even deal that much damage, so. Yeah, or move out. Yeah. and then just live by yourself. This is a tough pattern. Okay. I'm just gonna wait for the second one. Okay, one hit's fine. It's better than nothing. Oh, that was too far away. It's also pretty tough because like the hitbox doesn't align with his face very well. So you just end up jumping farther than you actually have to. Okay. And it's even tougher for the right hit. Because like there's no real way to know when to jump. Because you're going against the roller coaster, so. Money. Yeah, like that was too late because I expected the roller coaster to put me into the correct position, but then that just ended up pushing me underneath him. So it's a pretty rough timing. Okay. Dang it. I thought the roller coaster was fast enough, but it wasn't.
Here's a real high-class bout. And begin.
Okay.
A great slam and then some. Here goes.
I think overall I just have to get good at the jump. And then the fight is basically already beaten. Because theoretically this fight could take anywhere between like an hour or like 5 minutes, depending on RNG. Or whether you play risky or safely. But when it comes down to it, all you have to do is just know when to jump. And not go for greedy hits. Because it's good to get 3 hits per cycle, but it's like, it's also very scary. And you end up messing up because of it. So 2 is basically a given, but 3 is a lot scarier. Yeah, I have plenty of space, I don't know why I paused. I'll just do 1. I mean, like, this is an example of good RNG, because he was in a good spot and at a good time, like 3 times already, so pretty easy to get hits. Make that 4 times. roller coaster's gonna be just a bit too late. It's fine. I wouldn't have went for a hit even if it was on screen. Come on. I thought it was safe from that. These paws. Okay, this will be good if the passengers don't screw me. Okay, that almost, I almost landed on the final one, but it's fine. Okay, yeah, that's easy 3 hits right there because you don't have to be super risky on the final one, but it is kind of tight. This will be 2 hits. No, okay, spoke too soon, I guess. Oh, okay, I thought you would come a lot later, but that's my bad.
This match will get
Good run though.
and begin.
My mind just blanked. You know what's also important for this challenge? Not being an idiot. Yeah, like that.
A great slam and then some.
That's something you shouldn't do. Or that.
Here's a real
The sound scared you.
it's on.
It's fine, guys. As you all know, I am not good at this game, so this is totally allowed. Woke up, master. Welcome back. Oh, that's too late. Come on. I should probably reset, but I'm not going to. This is just practicing the jump. I'm not actually going for clear. I'll whip this out. Okay. It's also a problem when the roller coaster goes faster than you expect it. So. Oh, okay. Profile picture. To the shop spam thing. Looks good. As Spamton always does. Oh, also about your question about which Cuphead mod is the hardest, I'd say it's both souped up mods, but it's not really a competition because souped up is like the only really like difficult mod for Cuphead, and then everything else just tries to make it harder. But it wants it to be reasonable that like casual players can also beat it in a reasonable amount of times. Because like Souped Up and Master Quest, for example, are really different mods. Because they go for different things. Master Quest wants to make it harder, of course. But Souped Up wants to make it harder to a level where it's like where you really have to try. It's like it's an actual bullet hell game. While Master Quest wants to make like an expert 2.0. And in some ways, it's harder to make a souped up mod than it is like a expert plus or something. Because you have to put a lot of thought into the projectiles. So it's not just like an easier or like, so it makes it harder to a degree where it's like a different fight. That's what I'm trying to say. Because like when you fight Master Quest Root Pack, it's still Root Pack. But when you fight Souped Up Root Pack, it's not. It feels like a different fight when you're playing Souped Up. That's probably because of how much harder it is, but there's something more to it. But yeah, but it's also Souped Up because like not a lot of other mods exist. Like there's Cup Kaizo, Cup Core, Geo mod, Master Quest, and then like the DLC Soup Up and normal Soup Up. And then like the 10 times HP mod, and that's it. And there's also ones that don't really improve the gameplay. There's like the Boss Rush mod. But that doesn't really make the game harder because it's an optional game mechanic. Yeah, I mean, it kind of does look like it. Sort of. I'll go for one hit. Or 0. Oh, whoops. Accidentally gave myself a super.
A brawl is surely brewing. You're up.
Yeah, X-Slash can skip a lot of attacks for Neo. Good job on the no-hit. I think normal Spamton would be harder to no-hit, but at the end of the day, it's still the same fight, so... Just like, it dies a lot faster. I don't know, at the end of the day, you'll still have to do all the same attacks. Besides like 2 that you skip with X-Slash in the Snowgrave route. So that's why I'm not planning on doing the fight again. Mainly because I don't want to go back to that point in the game. Because it'll take a while. Okay, and now I'm jumping too early.
This match will get
Like all my past jumps have been too early. played most of the Master Quest and the bosses that were easy on Expert, like Sally, Wupak, Briny, Hilda, were still easy on Master Quest. Well, yeah, because it just tried to make an Export 2.0 instead of like actually giving them proper buffs like Supra. Didn't want to make it too challenging. So in that sense, it didn't really change the aspects of the boss too much. And that's because Wupak, Sally are like meant to universally be difficult fights. Because of like their game mechanics and their attacks. I gotta wait, I have to dry my hand. One sec. Yeah, like I don't even know how you would hit that from the left. And that's because you have experience, of course, for Sans. Oh, that was close. A bit too close, actually. I mean, I don't know. The mod developers can do whatever they want. If they want to make Goopy hard, they'll make Goopy hard. And you can make every single boss harder by just multiplying the projectiles by 10. But then there's a point where it really stops becoming fun. Which is why everyone really loves Souped Up. Because it's like, it's hard. It's almost impossible. But not to the point where it's like... Not to the point where it's like unfun. It's still fun playing Souped Up, even though it's incredibly challenging. And that's because it wasn't meant to be impossible, it was meant to be beatable, which is why all the mod developers have actually beaten the boss before actually publishing them. It's not like any Radiance or something, where it's like literally designed to be impossible. If people wanted to do that, then, I mean, problem solved, you'll have the hardest mod, but nobody will be able to beat it. I'll just go for one hit. That was a bit close, but it's fine. There'll probably not be enough time. I'm not sure. I'm not gonna risk it though. Yeah, he would have hit me. This jump sucks. If you have issues with Steam, then it might be worth to uninstall and then re-download. Like, not actually uninstall the game to a point where you have to buy it again, but like, delete the game files and then ask Steam to uninstall it. Or just verify integrity of the game files. That could solve the issue if like mods are causing a problem. You know what, I'll turn on hitboxes. Yeah, I could have hit him if I wanted to. But I didn't want to. So now we're at 0 hits still. If only you could squeeze behind him and then get a hit there. That would have been fine. I'll just try playing safely for this one. Oh, whoops. Why am I jumping, dude? Just said I would play safely.
You're up.
Oh man, it would have been good over damage if I got that. I just felt like doing phases 1 and 2 again. That's too late. It's fine. This isn't really a serious attempt, even though I did do phase 1 and 2. I could have gone that. It's fine, it's not like it helped me or anything. Okay, how was that? How was that too early? It doesn't make any sense.
Here goes.
I'll just do real attempts. It will break up the monotony of phase 3 of it. Even for like a minute. Still good.
A great slam and then some. Here goes.
How does the controller connection cause issues? I don't think any of if there's issues with the game, the controller can't really affect it at all. Because like if you connect a controller and like the inputs aren't working or anything, then you could just change the inputs in game. So that shouldn't really cause any issues. I mean, I wouldn't know. I play keyboard, but it doesn't really make sense for there to be a problem with game files if it was only caused by a controller. How did that miss?
This match will get red hot. And begin.
Yeah, it doesn't help that the hitbox is super inaccurate. Yeah, I should probably just start jumping earlier, but then again, if you jump too early, you also miss. It's just that perfect level of inconvenience that sandwiches the hit. Because if you're too late, you're too late, and if you're too early, you're too early. Oh, okay. How does that hit me? Oh my god, bro.
A great slam and then
Stretchy ass clown.
now go.
Okay, that's just you being mean.
A great slam and then some. Now go.
Okay, good luck with Glumstone. I'd say it's fine to take bricks. That's what I did with Hitless P5. But if you're taking like breaks to another game, it's better to just it's better to if you're on a roll and you're beating a bunch of bosses in one game, I don't think you should stop because then you won't have the experience anymore. Because like if you're getting good at Deltarune while like no hitting bosses, it's better to keep that experience and then use it for another boss. But like Deltarune doesn't even have that many bosses left for you to do hitless, so I think it's fine. Well, good luck with Glumstone though. I would try Glumstone, but I just don't feel like it. Saltbaker was already the hardest one, and it took me like no time at all, so I don't think Glumstone would do any better. Oh, spam to Nia took you a month? Okay. I thought it took less time than that. And of course it is good to take breaks. If you're getting tired of the game. Too early. Oh wait, no, I probably just started going into them too early, but same thing. Oh, come on, bro. That's just unlucky. No, it is as bad as Alec made it sound. I just got really lucky during that run. I mean, Alec was the one who discovered that hit. It would have been impossible otherwise. And it's only after he made it consistent that I could start playing it. But yeah, it's definitely the hardest boss so far. I'm not sure if it's harder than Devil, because I have done Devil like half a year ago. And Devil was like a nightmare. And I'm not sure if Beppi is harder than him yet. We'll see though. Because this is more of a patience test. Devil is more of a skill test. And for Devil, every phase besides one is difficult. For this guy, every phase besides one is easy. So it'll be like 3 phases versus 1 phase that are actually difficult. I'll probably do another community poll once I beat this one. But I really feel like doing Grim Matchstick because it's like another patience test and I just want to get that out of the way after Beppi. If I go back to Hollow Knight, I have a few ideas planned. Low percent got home seems like the next logical thing. I'm not gonna do another hitless P5 run though. That'll take too long. But I'll do like some mini Hollow Knight challenges. But I'll probably take a break after Alo2, beating Alo2. I have some videos I need to edit.
A brawl is surely brewing. Here goes.
Oh my god.
A brawl is
If he does that twice and then there's our duck, you're basically dead when he goes forward. He's literally backing up off screen. Okay.
A brawl is surely brewing.
You want Wally marbles? I don't know. I'll do. It could be a choice if people vote for Wally. I'll do Wally, but I haven't even beaten this boss yet, so. You'll have to wait a while before you see him. I love the extending hitbox once he goes back.
A brawl.
Still find it strange that when you hit the light bulbs, or like once the light bulbs fall down, the fire doesn't hit you. I wonder if it's a bug or if it's actually intended.
Brawl is surely brewing. Now go. This match will get
Saltbaker? You mean like normal Saltbaker? Or for a challenge? For normal Saltbaker, it's just you have to focus on dealing damage more than you have to focus on dodging. Because like the projectiles, there's a lot of them, but most of them don't really go near you. So I just recommend following the boss as best as possible in phase 1. For phase 2, if you're really like struggling at it, I just recommend aiming at the bottom 2 salt shakers. In phase 4, you just endure it as long as possible. And use Chaser for final phase, because that really gets it down. Or Charge. Yeah, just normal and expert, then just... I pick Roundabout Charge for that fight, because you can't really use Spread anywhere. Chaser Spread, Chaser's fine, but Spread doesn't really come into play at all. I'd suggest using a higher DPS long range weapon, like Pea Shaker or Roundabout for the Salt Shakers, because you really don't have to aim at them. They're like straight up on the ground. Yeah, definitely after exams. I'm lucky, my school starts exam really early, and I'm all done with them. But we still have like 3 weeks left of school, unfortunately. Oh, that's unfortunate. I should definitely reset, but I don't want to do the first phase again. Excuse me.
Here's a real high-class bout.
Yeah, but they're both homing shots, so they're doing the same job. So if you want a homing shot, just use one of them. But then you're just not gonna end up using the other one. I think pea shooter is always a solid pick for the salt shakers or for phase 1. But definitely not for phase 4. And for phase 4, that's where I recommend using charge or something. Or chaser. Sorry, I can't help you there. Unless a meteor literally falls on your school, there's no stopping it. Okay. Just wait him out. Oh my god. I am selling really hard. What's that jump? Yeah, chaser is good for 4th, but crack shot, it's also good for 1st and 3rd. So if you want to use crack shot, it just replaces chaser.
Here's a real high-class bout.
Like, there's no real point to using 2 similar weapons if you're doing the exact same thing. I mean, if you're using 2 weapons, like, you don't use 2 very similar weapons. You use 2 different weapons because sometimes you want homing, sometimes you want a close up, sometimes you want long range. And that can happen during multiple phases of a fight, so that's why you pick 2 weapons. To fully meet your requirements. Yeah, like using pea shooter roundabout, like there's benefits to using pea shooter and there's benefits to using roundabout. There's no benefit to using both of them.
Good day for a 12th hour. And begin.
Yeah, 12th grade ends a week early in our school. No, actually like 2 weeks earlier. Like they're ending after next week, which is absurd. And I'm gonna cause a riot.
A brawl is surely brewing. And begin. A brawl is surely
No, this phase 1 and phase 2 practice, it kinda makes phase 3 harder, but not by much. It is useful to practice these phases, so I'm not on them too long. But I kind of want to go back to phase 3.
Here's a real high-class bout. Here goes.
Yeah, until college, of course. I honestly think that should be the way for most schools. They just end right after exams. Because, like, what's the point of doing stuff after exams when you've already completed them? Like, there's no point to the assignments anymore.
This match will get red hot. Now go.
I mean, I'll probably be done with Cuphead after I do Souped Up S ranks and this. There's like a couple other challenges I want to do, but mostly the game's already well polished enough. Like we've already broken it down to like its bone marrow. I can try speedrunning it, but I'm not really too interested in that. But in terms of challenges, there's not really that much left. I can try the cup lock, but I don't know how interesting that'll be to watch. But then once I'm done with that, I'll probably just move on to other games. Like Silk Song will probably come out in 20,500. And I can play that. Yeah, Cup Lock. I'll probably try that, like the Chicken Ninja one. But that won't be for a while, because I'm pretty busy with Souped Up and this. EX is only is like the same thing as whetstone only, except you use coffee. Sometimes it takes longer for some of the bosses, but it's still like a very similar like patience test X thing. I don't know, I'll probably just wait for MDHR to make new games. Because there's no way they're making another Cuphead update. I'll just wait out the second one. But yeah, MDHR said they're thinking of moving on from Cuphead. Like, they're not gonna milk the hell out of this franchise. So I'd like to see what other games they come up with. Same with Team Cherry, because like those are a lot of very good game designers, studios. So I'd love to see what they do. And of course, there's also other games, like I can play other games besides Cuphead and Hollow Knight. I mean, I don't know. Depends. I could start doing other games, like Pizza Tower, uploading some P ranks, maybe some Celeste content as well. But I didn't really start this channel to make content, I just did it to upload gameplay. Because, and then Dr. Cal blew up along with Mortimer Freeze, and then that just, like, catapulted it. And I was like, okay, I have to profit off this somehow. I think Cup Lock will be fun, because, Bee Shooter is an interesting weapon to use. Like, you can get really good with it. Ah, okay, I was too greedy. Because it's like, it's not that precise of a weapon. Pea shooter. Like, it's not that easy to use as roundabout, but it's interesting. Okay, I don't know why the thing doesn't. I mean, it can't be as bad as Lobber, because Lobber is way too situational. Or Twist Up. but it is pretty hard to use. Like, well. Like, even in my ranking video, I said like when the pea shooter lobber combination, I said it's hard to aim with. That's because pea shooter is like already generically a pretty hard weapon to use when aiming, and then lobber is just unusable. So that's why I put it down a bit lower. It is good for DPS though. You understand half the talk. It's fine. It'll be like that for a while.
Here's a real high-class bout. You're up.
I mean, we're mainly just like naming weapons, so you can get caught up on that in a sec. Yeah, so here's pea shooter, which is just standard weapon. Spread, which is a spread. Chaser, which is a homing. Lobber, which lobs. Charge, you charge it up and then you release it. Roundabout goes backwards. Crack shot is like a homing shot, but it's stronger. This is a full screen spread, and then this is nobody uses this.
This match will get red hot.
And that's all we're really talking about. And then there's whetstone. There's parrying where you can do this, you get a card, the bottom left. But then you can also do it on bosses with whetstone, and that's what we're doing. I mean, the difficulty didn't annoy me, but that's because I started off playing Hollow Knight. And like Hollow Knight's already a difficult game, so Cuphead wasn't that much of a challenge. You're welcome. It's pretty simple to understand. It's like only 9 weapons. And it's not really that much of a spoiler because you can buy every single weapon at the start of the game. Well, not really, but they're introduced to you very early on. This phase takes 20 hits with whetstone, if I remember correctly. So you have to do that jump 20 times, which is annoying. So it lasts like 10 minutes on average. Although you can get lucky and just get the green horse on the left every time. It really just depends. Which is why I didn't really want to do this fight, but you guys wanted to see it, so I delivered. Yeah, P-Share Spread is definitely a good one. It's usually, for people, it's usually just either a homing weapon or a spread weapon, like Twist Up or Spread. Or just, and a long range weapon. Like Roundabout, Charge, Converge, P-Shooter. And sometimes, for like Grim Matchstick, use Lobber. But yeah, usually you end up using homing weapons less and less when you get more familiar with the bosses. Because they just generally deal less damage and you can just aim. And then you just swap it with Spread, which just deals a lot of damage. when you can get an opening. My mains are roundabout and spread, personally, because I find roundabout, it does more DPS, and it's more convenient for a lot of the bosses. Oh, okay, just on the edge. Look at that guy. Halfway? Not really. But then again, a lot of people like using lobber spray for the DPS. But those are usually speedrunners. The problem with this fight is it's so long and so drawn out. When whetstone only that you just forget you're fighting a boss half the time. And you just mess up the jump because you're not ready for it. You just lose your focus. I definitely enjoyed Devil more than this, I'll tell you that. This Devil was hard, but it was hard in a way that wasn't like boring. Because I strategized a lot for that fight. I'm not gonna stand on the edge again. Oh, what the hell? Down. I don't know how I got hit by that. I also used to run, when I was less experienced with the game, I used to run roundabout charge. Because charge was good for like scenarios where you could, where aiming was a bit more important. But then I figured out how to aim with roundabout, and that kind of eliminated the need for charge. Some people also use charge spread, which is a really good combo. I just like roundabout more. It's very similar. I don't really like charge that as much as roundabout, but it is a good weapon. I do use roundabout charge for howling aces souped up. Because there are scenarios where you can like stockpile damage with charge during phase 1. But that might change because I haven't really strategized phase 2 or 3 yet. was definitely too greedy. And that's what happens, you have a higher chance of messing up the third jump. So I should probably just chill after getting two. I beat expert mode for my first time while I was S ranking the bosses. I didn't really do it separately. But yeah, S ranks took a while. Expert mode makes Isle 1 and 2 a lot harder compared to Isle 3, because Isle 3 on regular is just a huge difficulty spike. But then Expert mode kind of evens out the three Isles. Damn it. And I would have gotten hit by a passenger anyway, because I wasn't keeping track of that. I don't really track how long those challenges took, because it wasn't really a challenge, it was just me playing the game for fun. That was annoying.
A great slam and then some. Now go.
I'll go back to actual attempts once I actually beat phase 3. I feel like now there's no point to practicing phase 1 and 2. Oh god. Yeah, get used to those like close moments, because you'll have to do those a lot during this fight. Oh, that was way too close as well. That's too bad. Like, I moved too far to the right before jumping.
This match will get red hot. And begin.
I am planning on doing all the bosses. Like, with this challenge, I'm just replaying the game with it. But I'll get to it when I'll get to it. I'm just doing them in chronological order.
A great slam and then
Yeah, some of them are impossible. Like, Dr. Cal, you need extra HP. Besides regular, but... I'm gonna do... It's expert no dashing, so... I had a plan to do expert no dashing. So then, like... Instead of doing just regular without Divine Relic, I might as well just do that. But yeah, I wasn't too good at the game when I started doing the whetstone challenges. And that's why I used Divine Relic and Jimmy Wishes. But you could definitely see my improvements in the game. Like, my final 2 fights, no, like my final 5 fights actually, they didn't have any extra HP. And like, Howling Aces with whetstone only is pretty difficult. Oh my god.
good day for a swell battle.
Yeah, this is gonna take 100 likes. I'm sorry, but it's a super bad phase to do western only, especially after phase 1. If you guys can get it to 100 likes, then I'll do it, but it's a patience test after a patience test, which will make the fight even worse. Probably not as bad as this, but I just really didn't want to do it then, so I set the goal of 100 likes because I knew I'll never reach it, realistically. I could have done something like reasonable, like 20 or something, but if I wanted something reasonable, then I would have actually wanted to beat it, but...
A great slam and then stop. It's on. A great slam and then stop. You're up.
But yeah, it'll take a while before you see any of the old bosses be done again.
Good day for a thrill battle. You're up.
Especially if Beppi gives me too much trouble. Or Magic with Twist Up, I'll just do it when I feel like it. I don't really have a plan for that one. I already wanted to challenge myself with Howling Aces without extra HP. So just doing a secret phase on top of that would have been too much, and then I would have probably went with Jimmy Wishes or something. Now it would have just ruined phase 1 and made it a lot easier. Yeah, Cup Master, you already said that last stream, but you have to expect really long fights with whetstone. That's fine. Like, Dr. Cal is like a 13-minute fight. I mean, you shouldn't really focus on playing video games when you're studying for exams, so... Don't worry about it. Oh my god, I should just duck. What am I doing? I'll go for a real attempt here. I don't know why, I just don't want to do phase 3. What the hell? Okay. We're going back. Let's go for hits. Oh my god. Yeah, Vixvidia did whetstone only king dice. I did it in 2-player mode. It wasn't as long, but Vixvidia did. It was 60 minutes long because of the final phase having an inconsistent hitbox. Two-player mode completely removes the inconsistency, so makes it a bit easier. But the entire fight, Tipsy Troop is impossible because of the final bottle at the end. But yeah, it would be close to like 20 minutes if you exclude Tipsy Troop. Oh my god. Yeah, this is not gonna be enough time. Yeah. Oh my god, the passengers screwed me up. That's also another thing you have to keep track of, but I don't have a consistent strat for it. It is. Still has that hitbox. Literally nobody knows why. It doesn't change at all, but sometimes you can hit it, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you can't. But with 2-player mode, you can gain additional height by being parried off after dying. And that allows you to reach it. Same thing with Phantom Express, but Phantom Express is literally unreachable without 2-player mode. Oh my god.
A brawl is surely brewing. You're up.
No, you can't. It doesn't deal enough damage even with all hearts. Whetstone is just too weak. Like maybe sometimes you'll die, but then you'll have to do the rest of the fight entirely hitless. So. It might be possible with like Jamie Wish's Divine Relic or something. But then that's literally not a challenge anymore.
Surely brewing. Here goes.
You can get across the 10 gaps for Mr. Wheezy. You can just stay on one side. But I haven't considered that fight at all, so... Like, I'm not really Fury crafting every single boss out here. I'm just doing the ones that I'm actually in the process of completing. What am I doing? I'm like jump blocking myself.
Now go.
Okay. I think getting used to using roundabout EX is another good skill to have in Cuphead, because you can get some crazy damage off with it.
Good day for a swell battle. It's on.
But yeah, if you get all 8 hits, it's like 40 damage, which is more than a spread EX. I'm literally jump blocking myself on purpose. Sorry about that. Excuse me.
A great slam and then some. Now go.
I wonder if I was close to Beppi skip. This is on expert though. Probably not too close. Yeah, he still had a lot of HP. I'll go for him. That was too scary for me. This one I can probably go for one. If the roller coaster hurries up. No, I can't. I literally jinxed myself. It's fine, we're practicing.
This match will get
How many
red hot.
times can I fail to retry?
A great slam and then some. You're up.
That one was closer to Beppi skip than the other one. That was weird. Nice 2 hits. I think 2 hits should be like the norm for this. Because you can get one at the gap in between attacks, and then another one fairly easily at the end during the long cooldown. And even if you can't get it because like the roller coaster or something, you can still get 2 at the end. And you can also jump over the horseshoes. So there's also that to make the first hit possible. finally, dude. Time to mess it up. Let's go. Now time to wait another minute. This fight in a nutshell, dude. Well, I did mess it up within a minute, so I'll take it. Oh my god. That wasn't even that good of a run. It's fine. Practice using roundabout EX more. No, dude, and I can't even prosper off the damage tank. Like, going for one is a lot safer, but then there's still the same odds of messing it up, and then you're just not gonna damage the boss. And 2 makes it a lot faster anyway, so... I think 3 is a bit too much, but definitely should be doing 2. Not much. We almost beat it. We were like 5 hits away. We were just practicing right now, so it's not really an eventful stream. I've decided to go for 2 hits, like, most of the time. Because going for 3 is a bit too risky, in my opinion. But going for 1 will make the fight a lot slower. It's mostly just RNG, honestly. Waiting for him to spawn in the right place. And hoping to not get any, like, difficult combos. That's an example of a bad combo, because sometimes it's tricky to dodge. Mad Dummy is your favorite neutral pacifist boss? I'd say mine is probably Asgore. I'm not sure. They're all not too good. Like, they're all pretty standard for her bosses. I guess you really only like them because of the character, so. I'll just go for one. I don't really play Nintendo games that much because I don't own a Switch. And they only ever publish stuff on Switch. Which is rough for me, but it's fine. I'm more of a... I mostly play PC games. I could have went for a hit there. Asgore is 7th? Wow, you really don't like Asgore. Yeah, I play a lot of indie games that get pretty popular. That's because they're available on PC more. Oh wait, no, mine would have to be a Flowey, a Mega Flowey. For neutral pacifist, because it counts as a fight. I've started liking that fight after attempting hitless. Oh, we play FPS. That's good. I just have a fondness for 2D games more, because I find it easier to control the character. Okay, I should probably just let that one die.
This match will get red hot. Here goes. A brawl is surely brewing. You're up.
Okay.
This
The bad thing about having all, like, movements, like dash and EX, right next to each other is that you often end up misclicking. It's a convenience bomb. And the coaster isn't even here. I shouldn't really be complaining, I'll just let the game do what the game does. That's pretty dumb to do. Jump over when they're high like that.
It's on.
Oh, whoops. That doesn't hit the boss. Oh, Blackjack. I forgot to mention this, but if you're attempting Mortimer Freeze S rank, I recommend using one of the older mod versions, because you can practice them easier the later phases. because Morrison Jack removed the invincibility and 10x damage for his newer updates to the mod, and that makes it really inconvenient to dodge and practice later phases. So just keep that in mind. A lot of Undertale goes really hard. Can see why they made like an orchestral arrangement of all of them. I like Spider Dance personally, and Finale, and Hopes and Dreams plus Save the World. And Asgore, and Megalovania, and Death by Glamour, and Undying, and Battle Against the True Hero, and Papyrus, or like Bone Trestle, and Snowden Shop. And Runes. That's fine, because we get 2 extra hits even if we miss it. So that's 4 total. I don't know if I would parry that or not, so I just landed next to it. Yeah, Save the World is nice, but I think they really go well together. With Hopes and Dreams. This is really just a continuation of the 2 songs. So whenever I listen to it, I usually find it like in one video. I just failed the... I think they both have a guitar. Hopes and Dreams and Save the World. Alright. I kind of feel bored, so let's do like Wally for the final 10 minutes. Also, I don't know what happened with the save file. I have 1 extra coin and then I have all the shots and charms.
A great slam and then some. It's on.
Yeah, that's Death by Glamour. The Mettaton OST.
Good day for a swell battle.
But Save the World and Hopes and Dreams are the Azrael OST. Oh yeah, the gun has a larger hitbox.
This match will get red hot. Now go.
I didn't know he could do that.
Good day for us. Well battled. Here goes.
How can he hit two?
A brawl is surely brewing. You're up.
Can shoot two eggs on one. They're going down. I think pause strats are the best here. It's really hard to know when to actually hit him. Yeah, after the gun, he can't shoot for a while, so. Okay.
A
This
brawl
isn't too
is
bad of a
surely
face.
brewing. Here goes.
You mainly deal damage after gun. Oh, whoops, I gave myself full super. This happens when I pause the game. Ah.
Good day for us. Well battled. And begin.
Oh, gun. It does the same amount of damage, but you can hit the boss more often. But the bosses have a lot more HP when airplane fights have a lot more HP.
Here's a
So it
real
kind of cancels it out, and whetstone is still really weak. How did that hit me? Come on.
This match will get red hot. It's on. Good day for us. Well battled. You're up.
Okay.
A great slam and then some. And begin.
How did that hit me? Okay.
Here's a real high-class bout. You're up.
How did that hit me?
Good
What
day
is
for
this
us.
fight?
Well battled. You're up.
Okay, I'll do Grim, I guess. I want to check out most of the fights. But Beppi is probably, or definitely, the hardest one.
Good day for us. Well battled. It's on.
Oh yeah, I have to remember that he
This
can do that.
match will get red hot. You're up.
Too used to S ranking and
This
move
match
spread.
will get red hot. Here goes.
Okay, phase one is not too bad.
A brawl is
Um,
brewing. Here goes.
I think I just have to be more careful and know where the hitboxes are. The hardest boss to no hit is Flowey. Like, you know that fight at the end of Neutral in Undertale? Where he's like creepy? Yeah, I'm trying to do that hitless. It's definitely the hardest one.
A brawl is brewing. Now go.
Why does he feint that attack? He like sometimes does it, sometimes doesn't.
A brawl is surely brewing. It's on.
Oh, that almost fell off. Yeah, phase one is definitely not too bad. I can do that hitless if I want. I'm just playing aggressively to figure out the second phase. Okay. It's pretty hard to predict. Alright, I'll go. I gotta sorry about that. Yeah, I've been planning on leaving and someone just barged into the room. Okay, I'll probably upload the Mortimer S rank like on Wednesday. Maybe? I'm not sure. Or on Monday if I want to get it up faster. But it'll take a while before you see Halloween Aces S rank. Because that's a lot harder. So yeah, thank you, Cupmaster, Someone Kinda Rape, Billard, Black Jet, and Matalus JWA, and Laser DJ and Crash. I think that was everyone who was here. And John. John, I don't know if you're still here, but